So, really big update. My mom texted me at like 1:15 in the morning. I was asleep, so I didn't get it until I woke up. Apparently, he did not play. My dad did not play in San Juan Batista um, in 1988, 89. She worked at a bar in Gilroy. Met him at that bar. It was the biggest bar downtown. Played Mexican La Banda music, most likely a Tejano style cumbia dance band, maybe. Nothing with like accordions or anything like that, but very much Mexican music, and which was popular back then. Apparently, a lot of people did that, and they didn't really record, and it was just a bunch of people playing music on the weekends or something like that. And I was like, wow, that just changed my whole life story right there. I just thought that you met him in San Juan Batista. It was all in Gilroy. Met him there, probably hung out there. There's a lot of stipulations about old families in that area, especially Mexican families and small communities and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about all that. It has nothing to do with me. So what I got right here is just pretty much is that his last name was Zavala in Gilroy in 1988, 89. Apparently their family lived there. He had brothers, a bunch of brothers. And apparently my uncles were taller than him. I'm hoping that somebody gets this information and it just helps me out a lot. They had families down there that were farm workers, musicians, mechanics, or construction workers primarily. These bands played at bars, quinceañeras, weddings, dance halls, community festivals, apparently. I'm not sure if his band played at all them. I know that he played at a bar. So, I'm on a mission right now to track down information about my dad, the band he played in back in the late 1980s. His name was Paul Zavala, Zavala, Zavala. He played guitar and sang, I think. I'm not too sure. I could double check and I will be back with that. Like I said, I'm getting the information. Only information I get is from my mom or whatever I can gather. So this is I have threads. And his brothers played in the band. A couple of his brothers at least played in the band with him that I know of. Like I said, he wasn't an individual. I don't know if he worked outside of that. I know that she bought crank off him, and he had some, and they slept together, and he already had kids, and he had a woman that he was with at the time. So there's a lot of stuff going on there, and then there's other stuff that, like I said, has nothing to do with me, but I don't know. At first I thought that they played in San Juan Batista, but my mom said no. It was all Gilroy. Everything was all in Gilroy. The whole timeline from having met him and slept with him was all in Gilroy. Back in, I was born in December 1989. So if I was conceived 9 months prior to that, it probably would not have been in 1988. But chat tried to pull 1988 in the mix because it could have been doing the same stuff, I guess. around 1988, and between 1988 and 89. I don't know exactly when I got conceived, so they could have met, hung out a few times before they ever, but I know I was born in December 12th, 1989. So this would have been around that time. I don't know the exact band name. It might have been something like Zavala Brothers, Los Zavalas, Grupo Zavala. So if anyone from Gilroy remembers a Zavala family band playing around that time, or remembers bands that played downtown bars back then, or brothers that played together in bands and do whatever they do. If you remember anything that sounds familiar, my name is Nicholas Faba Loro, by the way. My mom's name is Rena. Please, if you have any information, I know it was a long time ago, it would help. So if anyone from Gilroy remembers the Zavala family band playing around that time, or remembers bands that played downtown bars back then, I'd really appreciate any information. Flyers, stories, anything helps. I'm trying to piece together this part of my history, and every clue matters. Like I said, it doesn't have to be necessarily the bar scene. If you remember anything about a situation that sounds very similar, where my mom apparently said that she calls her my stepmom. I don't know if he was married to her, but she threw chanclitas at her, sandals or shoes at her when I was in her arms, when I was a baby. So this shows you that there was some kind of awareness going on. Like I said, I just want any information. I don't hold nobody, like I don't have no I'm 36 years old. I have kids of my own. I'm just trying to meet that side. I don't want anything from them besides maybe a meet and greet, dude. Like, that'd be pretty nice. And I'd appreciate any information. Thank you so much. Peace.